Hi, it's Marco from Moose Marketing and PR, editor of PunchlineGloucester.com, and welcome to Punchline Talks. Today I'm with Dr. Janina Ramirez.
That's the one.
And I finally nailed your name after 15 years. Here we are in the glorious Blackfriars in the city of Gloucester. I'm at the History Festival again, Janina. It's 15 years.
Yeah, I am. I'm just every year I'm blown away. When the programme arrived this year and I opened it up, I actually shed a tear because it's grown and it's grown. And this year, I cannot believe what we've managed to pull off. I'm still pinching myself, but we're on day one. And already today, we had this stonking talk about the Bayeux Tapestry, followed by Peter Frankopan and then Vince Cable, both in this sort of amazing tag team of the story of the Silk Roads and the changing politics of our time. And I've just been interviewing Frank Skinner. I have not laughed so much ever in my life. My sides hurt. So it's been funny, informative, just the most perfect start to the festival.
And did you know that Frank Skinner was that keen on history? Yeah. I know he's keen on poetry. I know that much.
Yeah, well, I bumped into him. The first time I ever met him was staring at the Sutton Hoo treasures as punters. And so we sort of bonded over our love of it. And I knew he was particularly passionate about that early medieval period. But there was a lot that came out in that I didn't know. His love of Pope, his patronage of the grotto, loads of amazing little insights into his mind. But what a brilliant man, what a clever and articulate and funny man.
Without a shadow of doubt. One of the best ones I've seen as well. So who we got coming up over the next couple of weeks? Can we remember? I know there's
so many. We've got 53 talks. So we've got
Celia Emery very shortly.
Literally we've got that's royalty up there in that green room right now. We've got tomorrow, I'm really excited. I'm interviewing my dear friend Olivetta Telly about her new book that's coming that discusses a history of the movement of people really, but through 15 ports. So telling the story of Lisbon, of Amsterdam, really excited about that. So do come along to that one. Across the week, we've got so much happening. There's a brilliant talk happening on Tuesday, I think it is, about megaliths. And then next weekend, I'm camping here because I am back to back. I'm interviewing Alice Roberts, I'm interviewing Greg Jenner, I'm interviewing David Olusoga, and then I'm doing my own talk on my forthcoming book for the first time ever. Book isn't even out yet, but I've been given permission just for my beautiful Festival of Gloucester to share it for the first time.
Okay, I've got to ask you, what is your book, please?
It's called Legenda.
Right,
and
okay.
It's a history of nations through the women at the heart of them. It's a new understanding of the history of European nations by the misuse of historical women.
Wow.
So it's a big deal. It's taken a lot of work.
I was going to say, how long does it take? Go on then, I've got to ask you, what's your top 3 tips of writing a book? Because, you've written quite a few now. How many have you written?
Quite a few. I think I love storytelling. So although I'm a historian and the facts matter so much to me and the referencing and all of that, I'm a real little scholar, love all that. But it's weaving a person into the time. Why should they be interested? And I've got to care passionately about the people and the places I'm writing about, or it won't translate. So for me, it's about that passion every morning and being excited to get together with my historical friends in my mind and sort of tell their stories. I think it's follow your passion. I think I do think the second one is get a good pair of pajamas and a cat. That tends to help. Cat under the arm. And just really, I think it's, for me, when I write, I know it's an honour and a privilege to be doing that. And so I try and enjoy it. I try and actually find pleasure in the process. Sometimes it's less pleasurable, but other times I know how lucky I am to have the luxury to be able to write about things I'm passionate about.
Now, I listened to a couple of your podcasts as well, which I've really enjoyed, by the way. One with David Attenborough, that's where I'm at the moment, actually. So that must have been amazing meeting up with him,
I'm so lucky. I mean, I have met so many incredible, inspirational people, but a lot of them through this.
Yeah.
When I think about when I was interviewing Robert Plant and sort of learning about his life and insights, and to be with people like, I mean, obviously the respect I have for my fellow historians is huge, but this festival attracts so many other people from so many different areas that I've ended up kind of making these incredible bonds with really brilliant people. And I think that's what's so nice about being in Blackfriars, is you feel like you are part of the conversation. You're sat there listening, but you're invited in as well. And it's like sitting and having a chat with people that you just find interesting.
It's quite special, isn't it, when you sit on a stage with somebody and you're sharing stuff. And I know, you've got 200 people in front of you, but they all must blend away, and you're just listening to the person, chatting, and your reaction with them is really brilliant, by the way.
Well, I do think that, but I also because I feel like everyone that comes along, there's so many familiar faces, there's so many loved ones in that audience that I've grown to know and love over the years, and they come again and again loyally. And so I'm sort of talking to my guests, but I'm also bringing my friends into the conversation as well. And so it's sort of, and I love the way that we're not a strict or fussy festival. When it comes to questions, anything goes, and you get these people like chatting away across, the extent of Blackfriars. But also for me, there's that collapsing of time and space, because the idea that this, over 700 years ago, people have stood or sat where I am on that stage and given lectures over those centuries, unbroken. The Blackfriars started it out, public lectures where people could learn and be educated and informed. What an honour, what a privilege to be able to sit there and do and have these chats, these conversations.
Okay, before I wrap up, what's your, I know you love it here in Gloucester, and there's so much history that's surrounding it, isn't it, really? But what really makes this festival so special? Because it's not just the famous people, is it, that you come in here? There's all the helpers.
There is nothing like this festival. There is nothing like it, and we don't want to be, one of these polished, perfect, very elitist and privileged festivals. That's not where this began. This began because Gloucester is a beautiful, rich, diverse city that has so much history and so many things to tell. And we're just the glue. We're just bringing all of that together, and that's why it feels like a family. Everybody is doing this because they believe in it. They're doing it because they love it, and you get that feeling. I get butterflies when I turn up at the start of the festival, because I know I'm going to see my friends. I know we're going to have an amazing kind of 10 days together, and I don't think there's any other festival that's like that.
And I've just got to say, unfortunately, we've still got to sort of let people of the Gloucesterians know how beautiful and how wonderful and historic the city still is. I think that job's
to fall in love with it like I did, to see it with that passion and that enthusiasm. Where else in the world have you got Roman remains underneath a Boots pharmacy, and you've got a Costa coffee with an intact 16th century facade? It's spilling over with history, and it needs to be loved and treasured.
Well, Nina, it's always great to see you. I love your enthusiasm for history and for the city. Thank you very much.
Thanks so much for talking to me.
And if you'd like the show, please like, share and subscribe. We'll be back again very soon.